Hey people, I decided to step outside of the rehab facility and go for a walk because my sister and brother are with me too, and I'm always talking because that's what I do best, right? Anyway, and it's hot out here. I thought I'd come out and walk and do a video, just a real quick one, I'll have to go over there and take their shade because this is just too hot. Okay, this is Lou, Mary Lou. I'm gonna do an update, but I'm also gonna be walking. We are at a crossroads, maybe you would say. I don't know if you'd use those words. I don't know if I should take my drink with me. I'm trying to drink tea, and I got some tea. And what have I done with my hair? My goodness. I had this mask on. It is required that you wear a mask in there because they have had an outbreak. Now, I've kept track of how many people, and what it is when they get to 3 people, it makes it an outbreak. So they have to post it, so it's protocol. And then they haven't really been worried about the mask. It's been optional. But today, they said it was required to wear a mask, okay? So, not really quite sure what that means. So I asked them, I said, okay, so how many, the other day I called them inmates. How many inmates have this COVID thing? It's not inmates, but they're almost like a prisoner, so they want them to go home. We want them to stay, but we want them to get better attention than he's been getting. And part of it is failure to communicate. Because you don't know all the things that you've got to communicate until it pops up in your head. So they don't ask. Anyway, it's saying Papa Bear was on morphine, okay, before he fell and had that accident. And then once he went to the hospital, they were in charge of everything, okay? His medications and things. I'm gonna come over here to this shade because it is awfully hot. And I'm one of those profuse sweaters. In fact, I wonder if they'd kill me if I just sat here. I'm enjoying the shade because it is nice right here. And I could just sit right here. I think I will until they tell me I gotta leave, right? It's hard to say, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, that breeze was good. Just got a breeze inside my shirt, yay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sit here until someone tells me I gotta leave. And then I'll try to not be mean. Ah. Oh, once you get down on the ground, it's not so easy to get up either, when you get old. I don't want to keep calling myself old. I gotta quit that. But here's the mask that I had on. I got the one that's supposed to be more coverage and thicker. Because they have the surgical masks in there, which are not worth a toot. I mean, as far as keeping disease from you, or if you're diseased, keeping your spittle, I think that's what they call it, keeping you from spitting out there on people, like when you sneeze, how everything goes out in the air. Not that that's funny. Okay, so that feels so much better. I'm sitting over here and the breeze has popped up and this tree is waving at us. Do that again. Come on, do some waving. Say hi. I know that I'm crazy. And then this part of the tree needs to be trimmed because it's all dead in there. I'm going to show you that too. You take the dead parts off. And that helps the good energy go to where it needs to go, okay? So, I've done what I could do. I've tried to explain things, where we're at. See, they're wanting Dad to go home. And the reason is they're thinking that he's not strong enough or not responding to physical therapy. Well, there are reasons for that. And part of it is their fault. You need to keep track. Like last week. He only has 20 days where the insurance covers it fully. Okay, and then he's got 20 from 21 to 55, he has to have a copay every day. Well, that's okay. But see, I went in and talked to him this morning, and it's not because of the insurance, because Nathan was thinking that it's because he's not covered, but he is. And they know it too, okay? I've been trying to tell my insurance agent that they're saying he is not covered. But no, she said that's not the issue. He is covered. But if he can't, what's the word? If rehabilitation is not doing him any good, then they will kick him out. That's what they did with Mother. So there are reasons that he's not doing well as far as rehabilitation goes, because that first week they didn't do any, and it might have been because of Dad being in pain, because he just had a hip replacement, you know, besides the fact that his rotator cuffs are bad and he has neuropathy in his feet, has no feeling, you know, so that doesn't help with trying to walk for physical therapy. I'm not sure they're going to care about any of that, you know. They have their standard. It's not the facility doing it. It's, I don't know, it might be Humana doing it, making sure. They're just trying to make sure that their money's being well spent, you know, like it's going to do some good. And we just want them to do some good, because really there's not been quality of care, okay? And part of it is, okay, on the weekends, the physical therapist is gone. So he doesn't, from Friday, he gets help on Friday, and he gets help on Monday. So you forget the 2 days in between. That's not good. He needs to continue on, you know, even a little bit. And then, so last week, I don't know if it was last week, the beginning of the week, or, you know, whatever. It was a while back. He was dehydrated, okay? So dehydrated, he couldn't do anything. I mean, he looked like death warmed over. And please excuse me if I'm too blunt with words, but that is what he looked like. He looked terrible, okay? And so the lady, I was having a fit about that, and the lady told me that he is dehydrated. And then they just put an IV on him, and by tomorrow he'll be all better. Well, he was. By the time he got water, liquid in him, you know, so he wasn't dehydrated, then he was sitting up, talking, everything was cool. All right? So I'm not sure how long it's been before he's back in the same situation, because he's not getting enough liquid. Okay? They have to be diligent. And the thing is, he'll take liquid and only take a sip. So maybe you have to say, look, you got to drink more, okay? You got to have a few sips. You can't just have one, because these people are stopping in when it's not time for them to stop in to give him water. Because I asked him to, and then Nathan asked him to today. But you have to have some good-hearted nurses, or whatever these people are. Maybe they're just aides, but it's the same. They're doing his vitals, and they can come help serve him some water, you know. He does have a problem with his arms, and so yes, he's not in good shape. But here's my point. He's back to needing an IV again, okay? He should have one today. And I've been telling him since last night, but it was Sunday night, and so the people in charge were not there, okay? You got to go through the doctor and the nurses or whatever. So I'm just saying, they should have physical therapy every day of the week, or at least maybe not on Sunday and do the rest of the week. But no, stopping on Friday and not coming back until Monday. Then Dad, if he's in bad shape, he ain't getting up to go do anything. He tells him he don't want to do it. Well, I don't think he realizes how important it is. I'm sorry about my hair. It likes to be in my mouth and in my face. It's got a mind of its own. Maybe that's true. Just like these trees, you know, these trees are alive. So hopefully they get along with their neighbor, because they're stuck there unless someone cuts them out, you know. Anyway, Dad needs better help, and he would do a lot better And yes, he might get better help at home, but we got to have someone to take care of the bad things. I mean, we can make him food and help him eat and all that, but the part about they've got him in a diaper, not cool. But you have to do something, okay? So rolling him over to clean him up, making sure that his arms are not hurting him because he has the rotator cuff problem. But you know, I could do the food and give him water and liquid and stuff, but he needs someone else to do that other stuff. I'm not doing that. And then the physical therapy. Now, I was told that Humana would pay for physical therapy at home 3 days a week. That don't seem like a lot, but you know, if you have to go home and stuff, that's better than nothing. I mean, if we have no choice and they send him home, we have to figure out how to take care of business. And we really, you know, we have rose-colored glasses on. We want our dad to be home until he's gone. You know, we want to enjoy him and him to enjoy his house. You know, instead of being in despair, because I would think he'd be in despair. But you know, he would be happy to go home, meaning to that God who gave him life, and his wife, and his mother, and his brother, and there's all kinds of people that have already passed, you know. It's just a matter of doing it and not wanting to do it. But there does come a time when you have to let go. The person who's dying and the family who's not wanting him to go. You know, it's a sad deal. It's a really sad deal. So, I've been talking to people, Nathan's been talking to people, Teresa's been talking to people. Anyway, I love my Papa Bear and I don't want him to suffer. And if it's his time, then I just want him to be comfortable until he goes, you know? So, trying to figure that out. And then there's this COVID thing. But, I started with that and didn't finish, okay? So they had, I think they had 1, then they had 2, then they had 3. And one they contained and sent home, it was a person that worked here, but she was not where it began. She got it from helping another person that had it. I thought they were making people go home because of that. You know, it's just a sticky situation. But we want Dad to at least get a good, I don't know how to use my right words. You know, we went through a lot. He went through a lot, and having that surgery and stuff, that was expensive. And you don't do that and just throw it away. You know, there's aftercare, and he needs some aftercare. And we know he's in a weak state. So therefore, he really can't do the rehab. I don't think that's what they're saying. If you cannot get any benefit out of the rehab, then someone else can. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going to happen, but we've made an appeal because they're trying to kick him out. They tried last week, and then when Nathan got there this morning, they walked over to him right away and told him that this was his, anyway, whatever. In other words, chance to appeal or whatever. They did tell him about appealing. So that's a good thing. They're not against Dad. I think the staff is for Dad. It's just that whoever has to do with the insurance. So we have to get the doctor that's been seeing him here realize all the situations and why he's in the shape he's in, because it's not his fault. That's the way he's been taken care of. And then the medicine. He was on morphine. And when they were in the hospital, they changed it up to Oxycontin, not Oxycontin, oxycodone, because they said it was faster. It was faster to get in and work. So they wanted to change that up. Well, the morphine was taking is, I want to think it's 30 milligrams, but the point is, he takes it twice a day. It's time released, so it's not all at once, okay? And he's been doing well with that, but now he's not on that, so that makes a big difference. He's sleeping really deep. I think he was doing better. I don't think he was sleeping like that. In other words, on the morphine, he slept a lot, but he did not. I hate hearing that. There's a person coughing behind me over yonder. She's a ways away, but thank God I'm going to have to get out of this. But the shade is so nice. I'll have to walk up there and sit down. I just don't know if I can get back up. There's a way to get up, but you know, I've got to roll over and get on my knees, and then I can, if I have something, I can pull up on it to sit up. Are you going to say goodbye? So I'm going to go to a different tree. I need to stop. I'm fixing to go to sleep. Fixing. It comes from my youth, okay, because I was in North Carolina. That's where it comes from. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. I don't know the rest of it. But see, there's a North Carolina and a South Carolina. They're right on the coast. Okay, so the ocean is, it's really nice there for the ocean, and the ocean is warm. It's not cold. Strange. Really strange. Do 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 do. Anyway, I do like it outside. I like the breeze. Cool breeze over me. It's wonderful. And I got a fella. But I could say that about. Cool breeze. Over me, baby, over me. Any old who. Yes, one of these days. See, the weather's going to change on me, but who's got it? Someone always has part of it. I fell asleep, didn't I? I can't help it. Hopefully that was for a second, because I don't know how long I'm out when I do that. I'm singing a song in my head, you know, by Dog Star. Everything turns around. So, it's a dream, but I'm not dreaming. This is real, oh too real. Days I've spent when I'm not feeling. Let's see, the days I've spent. Okay, so I have to stop there. Makes him feel what he doesn't want to feel. But anyway, when the evening comes, what does he say about that? Okay, it says, and then I drift away and you arrive. Something about by my side. And then he says, all my days feel the same. But at night you call my name, and everything turns around when you come around. Then he does music, you know. Then I'm not sure what the next verse is, because it's been a while since I listened. And I was listening to it every day for a while there, and then all of a sudden other things got in the way, like maybe cancer treatment, maybe Dad, maybe whatever, maybe finding the love of my life and talking to him too much. I can't help it. Can't help it. I can't wait. But you know, that could just be a fairy tale. But right now it's making me feel good to believe in that fairy tale. Okay, so I'm rocking back and forth, rolling, rocking and rolling all night long. That's what I want to be doing. But until I take care of business, I can't do any of it. I need to get my ducks in a row. I really do. I just don't want to give my stuff away. I really don't want to do that either. So it's like, okay, I need some stuff, and I need it now. But it's not happening now. So I guess I'm going to have to do the unpardonable thing. No, I don't really like going through real estate people, because there you are, you're tied up. You're tied, committed. If they don't do anything, then there you are, you've wasted time. Because that's happened to me before. I signed up my house for sale as a real estate agent. She never came around showing it. She had too many other things that were more profitable for her to sell instead of my stuff, okay? So I don't like committing myself to a real estate agent. I've done some things before, like I've told them, told them I got something for sale, but I'm not signing anybody. I'm not listing it with anybody. You guys know this is for sale. You have somebody, you bring her around, and then I'll pay the 3% commission for the one who actually does it. Not the listing agent and then the one who does it. You know what I mean? But then again, that doesn't always work. And if you're in a hurry, then you might want to change your mind about a few things. Because I could have had my house sold. And I really should have done that. I got a phone call from a real estate agent there in Perryton, and that was a guy who just sold his house and had cash. So I could have had cash a month ago. But I just had to give my person a heads up and trying to help her all I can. But it still might not work. So I can't keep waiting. So we're gonna hope that everything goes through. And I don't want to keep waiting. And if I do decide to sell the other way, then if somebody comes along, they get it, If they have the money, and I need the money, and I need the money pretty quick. So I'm trying to hold on. Still trying to hold on. I'm sitting here under this tree. Okay. See the grass? It's nice and green. I love it. You watch the sprinklers will come on while I'm sitting here. I wouldn't doubt it. But so I'm just showing you my circumstances here where I'm at. And there's nice pine trees, but they do need to be trimmed up. They do. But that's a lot of work too. But you could do it. Anyway, I love that song I was singing. This is real, all too real. And what he was saying was, then I drift away and you arrive, something by my side. And then he says, all my days feel the same. But at night you call my name, and everything turns around when you come around. Well, Teresa's husband just left here. He just drove by. I don't know when he got here. Not really important, I guess. I'm just being nosy, Let's see. Do. Then I walk away. No, then I drift away and you arrive. Come unto me now. That's when he says, all my days feel the same, but at night you call my name, and everything turns around when you come around. Then he talks about the do. Says, then I walk away. No, then I drift away and you arrive. Come unto me now. All my days feel the same, but at night you call my name. Everything turns around when you come around. Trying to sleep again. I was actually trying to listen to that song and get the words, because there's another verse to that. It says, morning comes, rude awakening. Now you're gone, so far gone. So I just have to put all those words together and write them down on an index card like I did the other ones. Like Stephen Sanchez song. I don't know for sure the name, but it's When I Found You, I believe. I wrote all those words down. I just got messed up at the very end, but I got most of them. That's what I need to do. That way I know the words and I can just bellow it out. Because I can bellow when no one's around. When nobody is listening to me. But I do pretty good. I'm sitting here in this grass. There could be bugs crawling on me. We'll see. So I'm at 28 minutes. I'll be able to try to stay at the 30s. So I'm worried about Papa Bear. Just depends if we can get that doctor to understand, and he should, but he's supposed to be their staff doctor, and we've had a really good rapport with him. I like him, so it's really kind of in his ballpark, except for they might have a different doctor that they're gonna have look at stuff, you know, because they need to know all the facts, and the reason why he is weak is because they let him get dehydrated. You know, they probably figure it's not their job to keep the man alive. So that's the deal. We've got to find out. So we're still calling people. I've got a number to call about hospice. And see, they were telling me before. This is from before when I had my surgery. So that was 6 months ago. Over 6 months ago, because it took a little while before I could get in to get my surgery. So what was the point about that? She works for hospice. So if he qualified, you know, that would take care of a lot of things. If I don't know how much time they give for changing him, you know, changing his diaper, and there's a mess and this and that. That's the biggie, because we can take care of his food, and we can give him water, and we can You know, and we can have, there should be a thing called home help. And I think there is. We just need to do some serious investigating real quick. Because now he appealed it, Nathan appealed it again. Because they're saying, but they told me, because he just hasn't talked to him, I think. He's just said, I'm not signing it. This man needs rehabilitating. But see, you got to look at the other point of view. They don't think he's rehabilitative. In other words, if they don't think they can rehabilitate him, then they're going to throw in the towel. But see, if they hadn't let him get so weak and then they did it again, he would be up and walking. And then the weekend comes. I mean, he did real good that Friday. And then they didn't have anybody here for Saturday and Sunday. And then by the time he got back here, then he was weak again. You know what I'm saying? I had to get over here and get some shade. I was going to walk in the sun, but no, can't do that. And then on a note of me and my misery, like I said, I got things I need to do. And then this treatment stuff, I don't think the first one actually had the stuff in it because it got heated up. That's what that guy was telling me. I had a guy nurse this time that gave me my shots. I didn't like that. I like girls. But, you know what I mean. I didn't have to drop my pants all the way. You just drop it down past the top of your hip, but I still don't like a guy doing that. Okay, that's my personal opinion. But he did. And I tried to just hold it okay because he's a nurse. But see, when you get a doctor, you get to choose whether you have a male or a female. And I always choose females. And so I would do the same thing as far as nurses go. Not a male. You know, you take care of the men folks and give me a female. That's what I will say and what I do say. And then others say, well, it don't matter. Well, yes, it does. It does to me. But nevertheless, I let it slide. And then they get all offended, you know, if you tell them. I'm just as good as they are. Well, not to see my butt, man, or my boobs. Now, I've got a male surgeon that did my breast surgery, you know, and he's really good. And he came recommended by that person that I met that works for hospice. She's the one that told me about hospice. So, I just say, if I had my choice, my rathers, I want a girl. And I want somebody with a heart. Somebody who's empathetic. And usually females are. Not always, you know. But usually they are. Anyway, I'm so tired. This is real, all too real. Days I've spent when I'm not dreaming makes me feel what I don't want to feel. Coming to me now. All my days feel the same, but at night you call my name, and everything turns around when you come around. Sleeping again. I started out listening to the song. I'm trying to get those other words, man. Okay, I'm pulling their grass over here. It's a habit. I did that when I was a kid too. When I was like 16, be sitting in the lawn and pulling the little grass blades up, and let's see if I can do that. And sticking them in your mouth. So what's down there? Have they put a pesticide in here? Have they put? Okay, I ripped it off, so it's not the root. I'm sure it's not like a good delicacy or anything. I just used to always do that, that's all. That's all. Probably should get up and go back in there and see what's going on. But I know I talk too much, and sometimes they don't want my input. But they really should have my input. I've told him today he needs cough syrup. See, now he's got a sore throat. Yesterday he was coughing. Well, I'm not sure if I asked for cough syrup yesterday. I can't remember. I did tell him I wanted that IV in. And still this morning he didn't have it. And then the lady that was going to hook up the IV is still waiting to do something else. Maybe, you know what, I just heard her say she was waiting for the labs. But I don't know why they need the labs in order to put an IV in, because it's just going to be saline solution, right? Keep him from being dehydrated. No, that's not a good one. I don't know the words. On top of Old Smoky. On top of Old Smoky. Do 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 do. I lost my poor lover. La 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 la. We don't want none of that. No losing of the lover. We want to find our companion. And we want them to be our lover, and we want to love them, and we want it to last. There we go. See, I'm trying to get out of the sun. I want it to last forever. You don't want to start into something and then, decide you don't want that. So then you need to know for a fact before you do anything that you do want that. And I really and truly do want mine. And if he turns out, like if he turns out to love me like I love him, then we're going to be fine. We're going to be hunky-dory. We're going to be in seventh heaven. What does that mean? I'm going to be in heaven, and he said he is too. So, whatever. It's going to be lovely. It's really going to be lovely. I'm not kidding. We fit together so well. I'm not talking physically, sexually, I'm talking our hearts and our mind. I'm not kidding, man. That's so sweet. So sweet. Yes, I've definitely had enough of the other, where it ain't sweet. Really. Unfulfilling, is that the word? You want to be fulfilled. You want to be happy. You want to have things in common with your person. I was sleeping again, wasn't I? Well, listen, here's a question for you people. I used to dream all the time. I dreamed and dreamed and dreamed and dreamed. I'd wake up after a dream. It seemed like 6 times a night. That was a long time ago, okay? That was when Jessica was in kindergarten. I started taking a notebook to bed, a pad of paper, so that when I first wake up and I can remember the dream, I'd be writing it down. So I wrote what happened down that was important in the dream. But I did that a lot, okay? Now when I was on that mountain, that's what it was. I was on the mountain, I was writing in a journal. I started writing my papers. There were some weird things happened there. Some really weird things happened, scared me. And I was told that, they were shocked that I stayed there, I'll put it that way. Because things happened there. Like ghostly things. And maybe even evil ghostly things. but I used my power to get rid of him. I woke up one night, I know I don't even know what I'm talking to you about, okay? I was talking to you about, remembering dreams. I want to know how to remember my dreams, okay? Now, the only thing I can think of is the fact that I did not have pot. So I wasn't smoking pot during the time that I was dreaming like that and going crazy. But also, I had a waterbed, okay? And I swear one night there was a storm in my bed, okay? The waterbed was a rocking and a rolling, trying to throw me out of it. And I am not kidding about that. That's a strange thing. And then I ran into Marco, is his name. I ran into him, and basically, even him, he was afraid of that house. Okay, so he can believe that I was there. He's the one that thought I was a witch. He was the one I was chasing and obsessed by for 8 years. Don't be doing that. I mean, I wasted a lot of time because he wasn't into me, and he was probably trying to get rid of me, and I was just obsessed by him. And I think he put a spell on me. But that's still rude to make me waste so much time on something, you know, because I was wasting time spent with my family. I could have been with my family, my grandma, my cousins, and my daughter could have known her cousins better if I would have been doing that, okay? So if you're around, Marco, and you hear this, bad boy. I caught him basically putting a spell on me, okay? He had me lay down and close my eyes, and then he was talking so smooth and stuff, you know, like he was trying to put me to sleep, which I did kind of go to sleep, but I woke up with him saying something about me loving him, you know, like real passionately. He was wanting to see some action type thing. I would have gave him the action, but he really wanted to see passion type thing. But I woke up in the middle of that, so his spell didn't work on me. And he could have had me. What a dummy. You know, I was really into him. This many years ago, my daughter was a small little thing. Well, 5th grade. I'm not sure. I know 8th grade is 14. So then that would be 9. Yeah, she was 9 years old. And what was the reason I wanted to know that? Ow. Anyway. Alcohol was not my friend, and a few times I blacked out while I was with him. You know, you're there, but you're not there. You're not passed out, and you would have done what you're doing, but you're not there to enjoy it, you know, so that's not cool. I want to be there wholeheartedly, you know, vividly, wide awake, enjoying the experience that I wanted so bad. I mean, I wanted that. He didn't have to play no dadgum games, you know. Anyway, that's just a little tidbit. I think Marco's probably dead, but if he's not, I wouldn't mind seeing him again. Except for I've got somebody I think is perfect. So perfect. So perfect for me. We match. Even our appearance, I mean, he's taller than me. But our coloration, our coloring, our size, I don't know about that. You know, I didn't know maybe he shouldn't be the same as me, just a little bit bigger. And I've lost an inch. My measurement is now 5'4.5". I was 5'5.5" before. I'm going, are you sure? Then they measured me again this time when I went in, and then I had her do it twice. Now I'm 5'4.5" now, so I've got to change that on my stuff. An inch. I've got an inch. I've shrunk an inch. I don't like that. I'm sorry about the glare. I need to come this way. Come this way. Anyway, I miss you guys. I want to make sure I do good-hearted videos. I haven't been so good-hearted the last few days. I've had a hard time. You know, it's hard to see your family again and they don't understand you type of deal. So they still have these feelings from before when my mother died. You know, everybody needs to gather around and not leave it on one person's shoulders. And we didn't realize, you know, Dad was staying with her at the facility. We didn't realize that, I mean, because Teresa would have been down there visiting her, but they didn't think they could. And you better bet they could. And then if we would have asked, if we would have known, like we asked to be able to bring a recliner down here so we could stay with Dad, okay? Something that we could be in comfortable. Well, they found a chair that was in storage, but it's not a recliner, but it's a lot softer than what was in the room. So there's one chair that's softer. But when Mother was going through that, and it was not this rehabilitation center, okay, but when Mother was going through that, we weren't here, and Teresa didn't know that they could go visit because it was a weird situation. They took her from the hospital to the rehab place, and Mother just wasn't strong enough. Same situation, you guys. You have to stay strong. You have to be walking and mobile, okay, so things work. Mother felt like getting up and going to the bathroom, getting up, going to the kitchen was working up. Well, she's wrong. It's not enough, especially when you get to the end. If you stay in shape all the time, then you should be able to withstand that at the end, like what Dad's going through now. See, he feels the same thing that Mother felt. I move around enough. But that's not true. And I know I should probably go in there. I'm at 46 minutes. If I wait until it's an hour, that's not so bad. And what I gotta do is find out what I'm doing. You know, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. And I've had my comments shut off. Well, I didn't do that I know of, okay? So I was trying to figure out how to fix that. I mean, I don't want bad comments. But what it is they don't want interaction about certain subjects, okay? And I talk about subjects. So they're thinking it is a harm for children. But I don't think it is. I think it's a matter of opinion. I think we should be free to express our opinion. And just because they don't like my opinion, then they think it's bad for kids, okay? Because see, sometimes they can just do what they want as far as shutting off comments. I didn't do it. And then I noticed, I don't know if it was today, I think it was, either today or yesterday, I noticed they were back on. So maybe they just do that to check it out first. Now, what they are telling me is I need to go through all my videos. I need to go through all my videos and put it in the description what's in there. And I understand that. I was doing videos and they were not letting me upload them because it wasn't fast enough. When I started typing letters and stuff, they would only let me type a few characters and then they shut it down. So I just started uploading the videos without a description because, you know, they were shutting me down. So now I've got to go back through them and edit them, and I can do that, but it's going to be a long process. And then I want to also do some shorts out of my videos. My videos are way too long. I got to come over here where you guys don't see that. Really need to learn about TikTok and other things, and I need to learn about doing shorts. I can take and make some shorts out of what I do, because my videos are sometimes an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. I got to figure out how to do podcasts. There's just a lot of things I need to learn, and like maybe even furthering my education, even though I'm at this age. I need to learn how to edit videos. You know what I'm saying? There's a great wealth of knowledge out there that I'm not privy to yet, and probably aren't privy to it if you seek after it, just like the scriptures. Seek after these things. If you want to know if it's true and real, all you got to do is pray about it, and then listen to your Father in heaven, because He will let you know. The Holy Ghost is what will let you know, but He's a God. So you pray to God the Father, and you pray in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son, the Redeemer, and then the Holy Ghost will give you your witness if it's true or not. I know that whatever that is, declared from the Son. I'm not moving around very well. Okay, so I'm trying to turn around, so I'm out of that. Anyway, it's been a nice little visit. Hopefully everything's okay inside. Go help feed Papa Bear. But he's weak, and that's why. That's why they're saying, they don't think he's able to be rehabilitated. But there are circumstances that come with this. It's not like he went in there and didn't lose. I mean, they gave him blood too, if I remember right. They've given him blood, and they've given him one IV that I know of. This is going to be the second one. But an IV is probably shouldn't be that expensive, and if it saves his life, I just have a hard time keeping my mouth shut. And I've been the one involved. And I love Dad too, not just Nathan. Nathan's in charge. And then there's the people that you talk to. Well, I've got some skills, Nevertheless, my prayer for my dad is, Heavenly Father, please watch over my dad. Nathan Smith, I know you know him. And he needs help. And so here's the deal. If it's his time, please be merciful and help him to not suffer. Be swift. If it is his time to go, be swift about it so he's not suffering. Now, that is not what everybody else is going to say in their prayer, but it is the case. You put it in the Lord's hands, and you ask for mercy and help. And these are my words, okay? I haven't been taught how to pray. But that thing, I've seen it, you pray mightily to the Lord, okay? And there's nothing fake about it. And there's faith and believing and hoping. But there's also, we know that we're going back to that God who gave us life. We will be received, and they know us, and they know about what we've been doing. But it'll be a homecoming, people. You just have to look at it that way. I mean, it's not an easy thing to face death, I know. And I'm not done feeling weird about it, okay? Because I don't want to go anywhere. But that's because my life is fixing to take a change. Everything that I ever would have dreamed for myself is about to happen. But I never would have dreamed it, okay? I never would have thought. I mean, it's like impossible, okay? We'll just see what happens. And I need to get out of that sun. And my shade is moving. That's what's happened. I need to get back in the shade. I need to go back inside. Anyway, people, your life is important. Dad's wife, my mother, died 5 years ago. In fact, right now, I believe she died probably like the 30th of June. She died and was buried. She was buried, I believe, on the 3rd of July. So I was on the train on the 4th of July. The morning of the 4th, so she was buried on the 3rd. So I'm not sure exactly when she died, okay? I would have to have more of the facts, like the date. Give me the date. But I wasn't doing my channel back then, so that doesn't work. I tell you what, I did look up something by one of my videos. What was it? I don't know, but it was a date that I needed. Oh, the date that Dad started rehab. The date that he moved into this place, okay? I think I better move to the shade. I don't know if I can get up and crawl on my knees. What I need to do is just say, hey, I gotta go and get myself geared up. This thing right here is a mask that they've had. I think I probably started telling you all about that. They had, I don't know the chronological, okay, that they had 2 and then they had 3. One was an inmate here. I call them inmates, but you know, one was a patient here. One was a staff member is what I'm trying to say, like a nurse. They immediately got out of here. And they swabbed Dad twice, and he did not have COVID that I know of. And surely they would tell me, because they would tell Nathan he's power of attorney, and he would have told me. Nevertheless, you guys, if you want to see Papa Bear, you might want to come. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. It could go either way, but the odds are not with him, unless we get a skilled. See, this is supposed to be a skilled living center, okay? And yes, I wouldn't want to have that job because they have to clean him up. He can't get up to go to the bathroom, so you know that's going to be a mess. And he's not eating very well, so they need to feed him, and everything is against him because he's so weak. And we're trying our best to do something. But I'm just saying, if you want to see Nathan Smith, you know, tell him you love him and stuff like that, come and see him now. Don't wait until he's in the grave, or you know, in that casket. You get to see him and he's not alive. That was really a trip, you know, seeing Mother like that and kissing her on her forehead, and it's so cold. I know you guys don't want me to talk about these things, but they're real and they're happening and they're on my mind. So please bear with me. You know, maybe you really shouldn't let me be on the TV, because I can be on your TV. All you got to do is turn on YouTube and go to my channel. And there I am. And you can have it broadcasting through your house. But I do speak of some things that I probably shouldn't. Just like right now, I'm talking about death. And children might really get upset about that. You know, so that's a thought. So I'll try to put a warning. I'll go back and put a warning on there, but actually I haven't even uploaded it yet. So I'm almost to an hour, so I probably should stop and go see what's going on. And now my voice is going away. But Dad's, I could tell Dad had a sore throat the minute he talked, because he coughed and coughed. He coughed a lot last night. And I got to get out of this sun. Okay, so I tell you what, we're right at almost an hour. I'm gonna get up on my knees, get up off the ground. It's not easy, you people. First time I had problems, the first time I knew about it anyway, I was squatting down to look into we'll say a jewelry case, something that had things in it. It wasn't jewelry, but it was at a smoke shop actually, and I squatted, okay, squat down to look in the bottom shelf of this glass case, and my legs went out this way on purpose. They did, okay, because that's what I did. But when I went to stand up, I could not tell my knees what to do, and they wouldn't do it. There I was, stuck. And so this little girl, she was little, came around from the back and came to the front where I was and tried to pull me up. Well, she's pulling me up and my knees aren't working. They're not getting the message to do their job and work. So I'm just saying. That happened to me when I was 63. Okay, the car I thought might be here and it's not. Okay. Like those clouds. Check out the clouds. It's nice and thick. There goes a bird. Do, do, do. And now, can you see the flag? I think you can. Anyway, I probably should take a swallow. I have started drinking sweet tea. Now here's the trip. My whole life in the church, okay? The word of wisdom. You're not supposed to have tea or coffee, okay? But when you look at the real word of wisdom, I need to find it and read it. Because what it said was no hot drinks, okay? And they just assumed that was coffee and tea. But no, you're not supposed to have boiling water and make something and drink it. That could even be hot chocolate too, you know. Don't boil your insides. I'm just saying there's another way to look at it. It doesn't have to be. That was one of the girls that work here, I think. She just set her alarm on her car, I think. But she locked it anyway. And it's a Hyundai. I like it. And yes, I got distracted. And my ears are itching. So, at least I got to the shade and got away from the sun. Maybe I'll sit over here. I know, I've already passed the 1 hour mark. So, Jojo, thanks for walking with me. Thanks for the advice. You know, it's nice to remind somebody they shouldn't be out in the sun walking. Oh my, look at all the mushrooms. Wonder what kind of mushrooms these are. Okay, I'm going to show you the mushrooms. Maybe you can see them. Okay? Daniel? I don't know if those are button mushrooms because they don't look like it. They're all spread out fat, but they would start out small, you know. And they come up every morning. I used to have, I don't know about here, but I used to have a place where mushrooms grew every day. They grow and you pick those and more grow up. Oh, it's nice. That breeze feels really good. All I know is you guys start walking and keep mobile. And these wrinkles that I've got have a few different things. One is age, but also menopause. They say menopause does bad things to your skin. And I haven't worried about it. I haven't been concerned about my looks. So here I am. I should have been using, I'm going to start using a scrub because I know I've got some dead skin that needs to come off my face and my neck. But they were saying those wrinkles on your neck are from menopause. Hormones. So nothing like it, man. You want to stay alive, you want to keep your cancer under control. You don't get no hormones. Let's take them all away. You know, because my cancer wants the hormones. I was thinking about my own self-treatment. What would I do? What do I feel good about? And I need to get a hold of the cancer doctors that are to do with marijuana, because they do have them. I asked my doctor for a referral to a marijuana doctor. She said there's no such thing. And I'm going, there is so too. There are people that are experts in the field that know how much you need, know what the dose is, can help you get it, maybe even give it to you. Because I've heard of that. I have heard of that, you know, because it's probably like a clinical trial. They'll give it to you and watch your results and stuff. So, I don't know. I know I'm not doing everything I need to do. And number one thing I need to do is get away from stress, okay? Now, how do I do that? I have been living in stress for the last year and a half. And I've been living in stress forever, okay? Because just all that time I was married to Joe, stress. Big time. So yeah, it's time for Mary Lou. Mary Lou needs her husband to take care of her. I don't have a husband yet, but I need him. I've got a prospect. We'll just have to see what happens, you know. There's someone coming in here. I'm ready to go in the house or into the place, and hopefully everything's all right in there. It's just going to be a bad time. And I'm telling you, people that are within reach, if you want to see Dad, you ought to do it, okay? Make his day. And it's better to talk to him now than at his gravesite. And you people out there that feel like you can give me hell because I'm talking about my dad, I don't appreciate it, okay? Someone in the family who never does nothing. I mean, I haven't talked to him in years and years and years, and my niece gives me hell about me saying anything about my dad. Well, by God, he's my dad, and I can share, and he knows, and he's okay with that. So I'm just saying, don't be giving me hell. Especially you never freaking talk to me ever, and then what you do is you get on my channel and say that. No, I went and looked at that video. There was nothing wrong with that video. You know, I can handle bad remarks as long as I have rebuttal. But no, I don't like that. And I would not do that to somebody else, okay? But you just remember, he's my dad. And I'm his oldest child. I have been with him longer than anybody else in these siblings. And I don't like being disrespected. Okay? So I'm going to say goodbye now because I got to go in. I love you people. And I say these things and I tell you these things to help you. In case you go through this stuff, you know. You never know what someone is going through. Dad doesn't like it here. Of course he doesn't. You know, who's gonna like going through all this pain and misery? And then you're stuck in the bed and you're stuck with what they tell you to do. When you would take care of yourself and do things a whole lot different. And yeah, they want him to go home. They want him to go home, but we need help to figure out the bathroom thing. That's the thing. Bathroom and cleaning him up and stuff like that. I mean, we can take care of his needs otherwise. We can make the food and we can feed him if he needs fed. And then you boys in the family, a certain one, you know, you're strong. You can help pick him up and help him get where he needs to go and help him do physical therapy too. But I can't pick up nothing, okay? My cancer is in my bones. I don't know, but it's stage 4. But I can't be breaking my back, okay? And you can't be lifting a man that way. I can't. I'm done. Now it's time for, I mean, I can help with food. Teresa can help with food. But the helping him get around and helping to clean him up, we're going to have to figure that out. And then the IVs. We need to be able to give him an IV. You know, because they're not going to, probably. That's what they did with Mother. That's what Teresa told me, is they just quit giving her IVs. They just let her die. Because they felt like that was the thing to do. Well, we don't want that. I mean, Dad was up and alert and talking to us. And then he got dehydrated. And he really did look at, he was at death's door. Now, I talked to those people and they told me he was dehydrated and they put a bag on him. Not on him, but an IV. Hi. And she said that he was dehydrated and that he would be a lot better when that IV got through him. Okay? And he was. But it took a really long time. It was like it took half a day. They had it on him the one day, and I left about 9 o'clock that day. And then it was running in him all night before they got it all into him. But I'm telling you, he was in good shape the next day. The IV made all the difference in the world, not being dehydrated. You know, we were in there trying to talk to him, and his eyes, now that's this time, okay? Nathan was here early today, and he was up and talking to him. But I don't know. I don't know what the point of my comments are. And I don't want to have to try to figure it out, especially when I need to shut this off. Bye.
Heather.
Oh, and I didn't tell you the whole update. Boy, it must be time to get off, huh? Everybody's out of here. Okay, good night. I gotta put my mask back on before I can go in. Anyway, you guys take care of each other out there. You know, love your family and your friends and just be loving without going overboard. You know what I'm trying to say. You be a friend, not a lover, because there's enough of that. We don't need any more danger of that. And Dad doesn't need that. I'm talking about you guys, okay? Dad will be getting ready to go home to his woman. And I don't know that he called her his woman, but I'm saying she is his woman, and he should be ready to go back home. So did I finish my prayer? I was just asking if it's his time to go, to please be merciful and swift, so he doesn't have to suffer and go through all this humiliation and crap. You know, help him to enjoy the rest of his life, but don't make him, he's not the one causing the misery and making the misery, okay? When I say don't make him hurt, that's not right. We're just saying if it's his time, you know, let him go quick. Be merciful in that way. And then if it's not his time, please help us to get it figured out and get his therapy going on so that he can get better. But even in his best shape before he fell, he was not doing really well. Okay. So I think I need to eat something. I'm going to have to go in there. 111, that's a good number. You guys take care, and I'm going to just shut her down right on that good number. Please check me out. Love you guys.